Oh, we're on.
Yes.
Welcome to Not Your Mother's Advice, episode 6. This is
Kara.
and I'm Amanda. Thanks for joining us.
We're going to just wait a couple minutes and let people join.
Yeah.
And then we'll get started. We have a ton of questions tonight. Nobody's listening, so I'm saying that.
Oh, 2 people now.
2 people are listening.
So
can you hear us okay? Does it sound better, like normal? Can you hear us? Yes. Okay.
yes.
You can hear us.
So tonight I am drinking a.
We are drinking.
Yes.
Good evening.
Hi, Joe. So it is Deep Eddy sweet tea vodka mixed half and half with Gold Peak ice sweet tea.
So good.
It's really good. It just tastes like sweet tea.
Oh, that's amazing, girl. Amazing.
I was reading his last name when I said tea there, so I said sweet tree.
So, couple things. We decided that we're both going to do a karaoke song tomorrow night. So, throughout this video, if you guys just want to comment a karaoke song that you'd love to see us watch live, sort of, we're both going to sing it together at dance. And so, if you guys pick the song, I'll dance. Because I dance. If you guys pick the song tonight, we won't sing that tomorrow night. Otherwise, we'll pick one that we want to do. So, I can be more if you guys can.
Yeah, because we put out a challenge last video. Forever, whoever's friends most liked the page or commented or tagged things.
Yeah.
That would be whose least friends did it.
Yes.
Whoever lost had to karaoke, and that was really hard to measure. So that was a bad idea. So we decided we'd just do it together.
Yeah, it's better. It's more fun anyway. So we'll both be doing it. So,
yeah.
And then we had a really good idea for next week.
Well, that was your idea.
That's my idea, but I think it's fun.
It's really good.
So we're trying to get more people interacting and asking questions and following us. So my idea for next week is you guys ask the questions, and it's like a truth or dare. We have to answer the question, or we have to take a shot. So
truth or dare.
Truth or dare with Kara and Amanda.
This could get crazy.
Yeah, you just never know. So
you'll never know what's gonna come out of our mouths. Honestly, all the time.
Clearly, I mean every week it's a new thing.
So today at work, a loyal follower who watches all the videos brought in a surprise for me and Kara to try on our show. She put it in this cute little mason jar with like Santa Claus fabric over the top of it, and she said that it's Puerto Rican, like her old grandma's recipe for Puerto Rican rum and eggnog. So it's like a holiday drink that they drink. So I figured we'd try it. I haven't even tried it yet, but I'm super excited. I bet it's going to be really good.
We're definitely going to try it.
Hopefully it doesn't have roofies in it.
Does that sound better? Am I still breaking up? Okay, well, she's going to try the eggnog.
I'm opening it. Oh my gosh, it looks so creamy.
So it's very thick.
Did anyone ever watch Old Greg, like the YouTube videos, Old Greg, where he talks about like Baileys and he's like, creamy Baileys?
I've never heard that before.
Look up Old Greg one day. Not now because you're watching us, but it's super funny.
What do you think?
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Is it like having in a cup?
It's like, yes, coconut, rum, and eggnog. Oh my gosh, give it back.
That's really good.
Oh my gosh.
What are you guys drinking? Is anybody drinking with us? If you're not, you should be.
Yeah, get a drink.
Okay, so Jenny says talk slower. I know.
Me or you? I'm just kidding.
Entertain.
Technical difficulties. Just kidding. So yeah, let us know what songs you want us to sing, or one song for karaoke. Oh, Kara needs to talk slower. Where'd you put the questions? Is it underneath here? It could have gone so far.
No, hang on just a sec.
Kara lost the entire show outline. She's gonna have to just sit here and do shots and entertain you guys. Daryl said, I'm working, trying not to get fired watching your show, so no drink for me. What do you do? Probably something where you can't drink at work, obviously. Oh. Where did you put all the notes? Did you take them in the bathroom? Tell jokes. I only know one joke, and it's a poop joke, because I have boys. Tugboat captain. Oh, yeah, you definitely shouldn't drink during that. That would be bad. Moscato. Ooh, that's good. Did you find them?
No.
You literally just had them on the table. How was everyone's day today?
Oh my god, I found it!
She found them!
Yeah. Weird how fast that happened.
Okay, and here's that. It's really hard to do this by myself.
Yes. Okay, so we have a lot of questions tonight.
Ooh, your hair's like really.
And I'm trying to talk slower.
Yes.
There's pages and pages and pages of questions. Okay, so question number 1. How do I tell my boyfriend that I want him to buy me flowers more often? Tell him. I don't really know. I don't know how to answer that.
Just like how you said it. I would like you to buy me flowers more often.
I really like flowers.
I really like getting flowers
I would like
at my work, in front of people, at home.
Yes.
You know, like work or at home.
Yeah.
Either way. Just tell them.
You should probably have somebody you can talk to.
Yeah. Exactly. Joe said, tell him.
Tell him. I need to be told. That easy. Sometimes they don't realize it.
Yeah.
You know?
They're not mind readers, and neither are girls. Like,
yeah.
You can't read people's minds, so if you want something, tell them.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so we had another question from a dude. He said, I am going to propose to my girlfriend over the holiday. She is close to her family and has mentioned several times wanting them there during our proposal. I am looking for something more private and intimate. I really want to ask her. I don't know which way to go. Please help me. I'm not a guy, but I
Really?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yeah. So, but if I was, and I was going to propose to somebody, and I feel like it's supposed to be really meaningful, I think she would appreciate him listening to kind of what she envisioned for her proposal, and maybe he could propose intimately with the family watching somewhere, and then after, so that it's still private, and then after they all can gather and take pictures and maybe celebrate or something like that. But I feel like he definitely needs to respect what she wants, because it's kind of like her moment.
That's what I was thinking. That's kind of a hard one, because it's his moment too.
Yeah.
And like they have such opposite views of how they want it to be, and I can understand wanting to do it in private, because it is just supposed to be the two of you. Because actually, when you do have your wedding, you're going to have everybody and their mom there. And, so it's hard to find a happy balance there, but actually that's a really good idea I've seen that before where, the family's off in a distance kind of.
Yeah.
So they kind of get to see it and then celebrate afterwards. But when the guy actually proposes, he's more like one-on-one with the lovely lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good happy medium, I think, because you kind of have to make both people happy in that scenario, I think.
Yeah. And I think honestly, even if her family's not there watching, but that very moment or listening, I think having them there to like run up and hug and like celebrate and congratulate with would be super meaningful to her. And if not, she's gonna want to be calling them, and then she's gonna spend the whole night talking to her family. So
they're all there, then you just skip all that.
Have the fam there, I would say. That's what I would do. But I've never proposed to somebody, so I'm not really.
No, I've been waiting for you to propose to me for so long, and it's just, maybe this Christmas it'll be my time.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Next question. I lied to my girlfriend. I don't know why I did it. She invited me to do something that I really didn't want to do. So I went out with my guy friends and told her that I had to work. I didn't hit on anyone. I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything wrong, but I did lie to her, and she keeps questioning me because I don't ever get called into work. So should I tell her? Yes. I would say absolutely. Because she clearly knows, like, if women's question you, she already knows the truth.
She knows something's up.
So if you keep, then there's going to be, like, not just the one lie, but there's going to be all these other lies, and it's going to become this huge thing.
It's a snowball effect.
Yeah, and if you didn't do anything wrong, I mean, well, you shouldn't lie either. But, I mean, if that's the only lie you told, then I think you should be honest with her, and she's probably going to get upset. So back to the flowers.
Buy her flowers?
Definitely buy her flowers. More than one. Probably.
Like maybe at least a dozen.
Yes. A couple times, actually.
That's a hard one because actually I am very guilty of doing this pretty often because there's a lot of times I just don't want to do things last minute. Like when it comes down to it, it's like, you know, sometimes if it's like an after work thing, it's like, I really don't want to do this now. I'm tired. Or it's like something I don't really want to do. So I understand. But yes, the honesty is always the best policy, and like, you know, it's definitely kind of too late now. Now you have to definitely apologize and fess up, because otherwise, if she catches you in it later down the road, then she's gonna wonder what else you've lied about. And obviously, you didn't really do anything wrong except for the lie itself.
And
but then she's gonna question everything.
Yeah, that's such a small thing to lie about, and so she's gonna be like, "You're lying about that, and what about the big thing?"
Yep.
And also, like, when you lie and you get caught, then you have to not only get over like what happened, but then the lie, rebuild trust. Whereas you would have just been like, honey, I really don't want to come, and she'd be pissed for a couple days, but then that would be over. So,
but you also get bonus points, I think, too, for like coming forward and be like,
yeah,
I have to tell you something. Yeah, it's been eating at me. I'm really sorry.
I have flowers.
Really last minute, didn't want to go. I lied to you. I didn't do anything wrong, but how can I make it up to you?
Tacos always work for me.
Yes,
tacos, flowers.
Flowers, like tacos in the shape of flowers. Like
that would be
a bouquet of tacos.
Yeah, flowers. Or just a bouquet of tacos. Like get the flowers.
You can't eat flowers.
Yeah, that's true.
Some are edible actually. There's I think they're called nasturtiums. You can eat them. My mom used to grow them. You can eat the petals. And actually have a lot of vitamin C in them.
Oh,
yeah.
Nasturtiums.
Nasturtiums.
Nasturtium.
I'm nerd. Sorry.
So, this other dude, a lot of guy questions.
A lot of guys. Week. I love it. I love guys.
The people feel like they're going to ask this. I'm not a guy, so I'm not answering. But,
well, I'm a man.
Yes. So,
no, my name is Amanda.
Amanda. I know what you said. You are like kind of, you know,
I feel like I have more of a man brain than a lady brain.
Anyway, so this guy says that his girlfriend, they're on Facebook together, they're in an established relationship on Facebook, and he said that she likes her ex-boyfriend's pictures and posts all the time, and it bothers him because he feels like she is purposely following him and interested in his life and what he's doing. And he says that he like doesn't really care about other girls. Like he's like, I don't even think about it or whatever. And I'm not even friends with him. My ex is. And so should I be bothered that she's one, friends with him? We talked about this last week. But two, that he's constantly liking, or she's liking his posts and pictures and commenting. I think I'd be a little bit bothered. Like if you know, like if you're friends because of whatever reason, you're able to break up and be friends on Facebook, you just have to trust that. But the minute that becomes like more than that, like I don't even comment on a lot of guys' stuff in general anyway. So like my ex-boyfriend, like why is she, I would be wondering why too, I think. And I think there's probably a reason.
Yeah. But I would just talk about it too and just be like, hey, why are you liking and commenting on so much of his stuff? It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Or, you know, but then sometimes people like and comment on everybody's stuff a lot, so you have to also look at her other activity. A really cool thing, and I'm gonna break the internet with this.
You can't share right now. I don't know if we should.
You can type into the Facebook search bar and say pictures liked by, and then put the name. So whoever you want to check out what they've been liking, and you can. It will show you everything.
It does.
So my stalker skills are like way up there. So that's one thing that you can check out if you really want to see like what's the ratio of like the boyfriend pictures are they liking versus other things.
Yeah.
So that could kind of give you some information as well. But again, it comes down to communication. Just talk about like
you should talk about anything.
why are you liking their stuff so much? Like,
Yeah, if it's too something else, like, oh my god, you know,
yeah,
got it.
I
Like,
just
I'm sorry
scroll
about
through
that.
Facebook and I just hit like.
Yeah,
you know,
how you feel. There's nothing there. It's, you know, I think she's probably just kind of disappointed with him. So yeah. Okay. So how do you? Here's a different one. How do you tell your mother-in-law that she is overbearing and that I am his wife? And to step back. That's exactly what it said.
step back.
I would say step back. I don't really. I'm not like a confrontation type of gal, so.
I think that this is something that you can't really handle on your own when it comes to a mother-in-law, because then you're talking about like your husband's mom, and you know,
The
like,
woman he loves.
Yeah, that's their first woman that they loved, and that's the woman that cared for them. And you know, you can hurt both relationships in the process of getting not jealous per se, but you know, saying like, "Hey, back off." And you could have both people mad at you and then really ostracize yourself. So I think it would be more of a conversation to have with your spouse, firstly, and say, like, here's my feelings on this. Like, I feel like she's, you know, getting in the mix with the kids too much, or hogging too much of your time, or demeaning me, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, let them know how you're feeling, and then make a game plan with them of how you're going to handle it from there on out. And your spouse or significant other should support, you know, like making sure that you feel respected and that there's boundaries.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you decide to get married, I feel like you have to put that person first.
Yeah.
And so if you're comfortable, I mean, I feel like if you make that step to go to your husband and say, honey, like, this is how I'm feeling about your mom and these things bother me, whatever, and you're coming at him in a respectful way, I think that even if he doesn't agree, he needs to have your back and figure out how you're going to work through it together. I've never been in that situation before. I've always had really good with like boyfriend's parents and moms and stuff, so I don't really know how I'd handle that.
Yeah.
Other than just talking to him, not to her. But then again, what if you have a great relationship and she's just being overbearing, and you could just be like, Mom,
if you have a really close relationship,
yeah,
you can be like, hey, can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, because sometimes you don't need to be. I mean, I guess just have to kind of fill out the relationship.
Yeah. I mean, both of my exes, like Jackson's dad, like his mom lives in New York, so I only have seen her a couple times in like 10 years even. Yeah. So she just always sent presents on, you know, birthdays and anniversaries and holidays, and that was it. So I never really had to deal with it, but I've, you know, seen a lot of people go through it.
Yeah.
Does not look fun.
No.
I lucked out.
I can't really think of a situation that I've had to deal with anything like that.
No.
I could relate it to.
Moms love me anyways.
That's the thing.
How could you not love
well
us?
with parents? I can't even picture like having this conversation ever. But I mean, I know I've heard stories.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, this still is hurting my butt.
Everything's hurting. We tried to move to
the B word. I'm sorry.
My kitchen table, but the lighting was so. I just hurt my knees now. We have to find a new place.
Hang on, I just need your pillow.
Okay. So okay.
Next question.
When do you make it Facebook official? Because it's only real if it's on Facebook. For me, I think you should wait a while. Because because the thing is like after I feel like a lot of relationships don't get past the 3-month point for some reason. And so if you're constantly I know there's this guy that's on my Facebook, and he's in a relationship like every other month, and then out of one, and then it's complicated, and that seems like a lot of drama to me. And so I like to keep my private life a little bit private, and then once it is official and we're like, okay, you know, we've been together a few months, like we really like each other still, we're moving forward, then I don't see why you wouldn't put it on Facebook, because you should be proud of that. And then and then like, you know, talk about the relationship, and like we've talked about, be open that you're in one. So obviously this person said they've been together for 4 months and wants it to be Facebook official. So I feel like
right about there. I think.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be like, okay, I'm ready.
It's been a really good 4 months.
Yeah, I would say
that's right about.
I would say do it. Now's a good time to talk about it and do it. Always talk about it first. That's the other thing.
Talk about it first.
Don't just put it on there. Like, make sure you guys are both ready.
But the other person has to do something.
Yeah, but still, I would be a little bit like thrown off if we had a conversation. Yeah, that's what we just said.
Down it.
Okay.
That's
Here's
really good.
Really good. How do you tell a new love interest
that you have an STD. I
ask this question.
am a very, this is for me.
You're not.
I'm kidding. I know. I'm kidding. Oh my God, it's not for me.
Not Kara.
Anyway, how do you tell a new love interest that you have an STD? I am a clean girl, but I had unprotected sex last year, and I unfortunately walked away with an STD.
Well, I think it depends on what kind it is, because there's varying degrees, I feel like. There's some where you just take some antibiotics, and there's some that are a lot worse. I mean, obviously, you're going to need to tell the person if it's going on.
If she has it and it's been a year, it's not one that can be cured with antibiotics, unfortunately.
True.
Yeah. So, I mean, you just have to have a conversation, be like, there's something before we move forward, before we do it. I need to tell you something, and he's either gonna be okay with it or he's not, and that sucks. Like, I know somebody in the same situation, and she's met several guys that were really nice, and the moment she had a conversation, they were like, done. And you just kind of have to not let that hurt your feelings, because it's acceptable that they would be like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
But the right person might, So Daryl just asked, how soon is too soon to move in together? I don't know. I think in my 20s, I was a lot more hesitant to do anything like that, because, you're kind of like independent and like building your life. And I did get married, but I was a little more hesitant to like think about moving, and like that's such a big step. And then the older I get, the more I realize like you have to move in together to see if it's going to work. You have to be able to live together. And so I don't think you can really put a time on it, but in my opinion, as a woman in my 30s, I would say like the 6-month mark, you should be seriously talking about it. If not, if maybe some people want to do it sooner just because a lease expires or it makes sense, or logistics wise, if you're spending a lot of time at one house, that kind of stuff. Like as an adult, you're both paying your bills and everything. If you're spending all your time in one house,
then it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, just because some people are like, well, I don't want to live together, but you want her there every night, or you want him there every night. So,
but you want to pay their lease on their own place.
Yes, that doesn't make sense. So I would say like once you're, like the Facebook coach thing, when you get to a point and things are going well and you're kind of progressing, it's time to have that conversation. But I don't really know.
I think there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids.
Yes.
Like that's going to be one of the bigger things.
For sure, have to see a future with that person.
You don't want to, move people in and out a lot unless you really, really, really do see a future with them, because
the kids are involved.
Yeah. You don't want to expose them to that necessarily, I don't think.
I also know people that started dating. I have friends that started dating a couple years ago, and they're actually getting married this summer. But they moved in together 2 months after they met, and they're like the greatest couple ever. And I know people that have waited years. So again, I really feel like it's one of those things you just have to go with your gut and your feeling,
Just weigh the factors out too. So
yeah. Okay. All right. Another question about relationships. A lot of those. My ex-boyfriend and I did not work out. He was a great boyfriend. He took me on weekly dates. Always sent me flowers. Was super romantic. We traveled. He was just all around a great guy. Did all the little things. Unfortunately, we could not communicate. My new boyfriend is an excellent communicator, but unfortunately does not do the little things. How do I get my new boyfriend to realize those things before meant so much to me without feeling like I'm comparing him to the ex-boyfriend?
I sound like I'm in a tunnel. I am. I'm just in a tunnel.
He's supposed to talk. Oh, sir, I think.
This would be like this.
Yeah, we have to talk. Yeah. That's what needs to happen. I think that's how we talk. Okay.
They just want us to get closer so they can see.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it? That's hard because I talked with Kara about this one beforehand, I will admit. I read an article about the 80-20 rule, where you will usually in a relationship be perfectly happy with and like over the moon about 80% of the things that your partner does, says, actions, how they are. And then there's always about maybe 20%, maybe the ratio is a little bit different, but there's about 20% of things that you don't like, like maybe you don't like how they breathe at night when they're sleeping, or you don't like how they
yeah, it's like annoying things. Yeah, like how they chew, or it's stuff that's like.
But are you willing to leave someone over the 20%, and then
and ignore the 80% of good.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of comes down to that, is like, you have to find that happiness of like, is this something that you can live with, and is there 80% of goodness that makes you happy enough, or do you need to leave it for everyone else? I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Good luck.
It's a mathematical equation.
Yeah, but this guy right here, like, whoever Joe is, like, if a guy doesn't know that, I feel like you should know. You have to do those things for a relationship. Yeah, you're right about the 80-20 rule. That's totally right. My girlfriend was with her. She was married for years, and her mom always told her, like a Sparta thing. Her mom always told her that, I don't remember exactly how she said it, but basically, like, if you get married or you're in a relationship, whatever, and it's been years and it's, you're not doing anything shady, it's just a little shit like we talked about, like, those are always going to happen, and no matter who you're with. And so, like, you have to find somebody that you're willing to like work through those things always, like, no matter what it is, that 20%. And so I just think it's finding that person, and maybe he's not the right person, because that doesn't sound like 20%. That sounds like it's something she totally needs, and that's just not his personality. Like, he's going to show things in a different way. And so, I mean, you can have to obviously communicate about it, but that's a lot of stuff to change. And, like, I don't think it's ever cool to change somebody.
Nope.
Either, or expect them to change. So, yeah. Another long one. My girlfriend asked me not to look at porn without her. I have not since we've been together. We've been together 7 months. We've moved in together. Sex has become way less frequent, and I find myself having needs that aren't met. Do I discuss this with her? I don't want to hurt her feelings or embarrass her. I also don't want to hurt her. How do I approach it? I would say that you are kind of wanting to have a conversation about what's happening to your sex life, and that you need more of it, and that you agreed to meet a need of hers, and that's not looking at porn without each other or whatever that was. And you've done that, and you've respected that, but now that sex is slowing down and the intimacy side of things is lacking, you're finding yourself having like these urges. And so you can either work on your sex life, or you're going to have to come to a compromise where you're going to need to look at porn,
Yeah. Communication, and be honest.
Yeah, be totally honest. That's respectful that he even thinks to like ask that, without doing it behind her back. So the fact that you're willing to even talk about it is nice, because that's not common.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, why are politics not something people discuss on the first couple dates?
Well, there's the rule of, things that you shouldn't talk about, sex, religion, and politics, because people have such differing and sometimes, usually strong opinions about them.
Yeah.
And so if they have differing opinions, you could just get in an argument, basically, and then it's not pleasant. But I actually think it's good to talk about.
Me too. And I feel like if you think politics are a huge part of you, because some people are more passionate about it than others, then you should discuss it, because if you're totally on a different page, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, like if you're completely one way and the other person's the other way, you can find out
pretty early on your beliefs. Yeah, I think it should be discussed, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not. I don't really have an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is something that should be talked about, though. Okay, this was from another guy. Did he want to be anonymous? Alex? Okay. Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
Sure. Did you just say
at what point do people realize it's time to be honest with themselves and others about who they are and about their goals and needs in life? That is a really big question.
I think that's, what is it? At what point do people
realize it's time to be honest with themselves and other people about who they are and about their goals and their needs? I think it comes with age.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like
really
reaching through adulthood and maturity, and a lot of people don't reach that until like everyone reaches that at different times.
Yeah, I think it comes with age and like feeling okay with yourself and your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs, and then being fine with sharing them and not really caring what people think. So I feel like turning 30 is that moment for a lot of us. So I don't know how to answer that.
Well, I reached it before.
Just kidding.
Much better than I'm not even there yet. Who are we kidding?
Okay. What is a good song to send the woman that I'm falling for? How do you pick one?
I know, that's what I was thinking. There's so many good ones. I like Land Co. The Greatest Love Story.
I love. Yeah, that's a good song.
I mean, there's so many good like new country songs. Clean Brown Heaven is really good.
Yep.
Oh man, this is hard to think of on the spot.
It's hard to know without the type of music he likes too.
That too.
Because like, I love the 80s. So there's like so many songs right now that are up here that I would like love to, but I don't know that he's probably an 80s person. So I don't know. You can't really tell somebody that. It has to be like a personal, like it gives you like a feeling or something.
I don't know when you hear it on the radio or when
you'll send it to
your Spotify, you'll always be like, oh my gosh, they old folk song.
Mm-hmm. You'll figure it out on your own.
A lot of songs by Dylan Scott are really good too.
If you like country.
Yeah, I mean that's really all I listen to. So
yep.
What else do we have?
So many questions.
I know.
Okay.
You're like laying out. Speaking of 80s, someone asked.
Oh, here's
somebody asked 80s movies.
Yeah. What 80s movies have we seen?
Well, I grew up under a rock.
None.
So I can't even tell you one that I've seen.
American Country.
Unchained Melody. I'm gonna have to like look up these songs later.
I love that song, Rick. That's such a good song. It's a really good song.
So what are some 80s movies that you've seen? And maybe if I've seen one, I'll be like, oh, I've seen that one.
I've seen like all of them. Goonies. You ever seen the Goonies?
No.
Karate Kid.
Oh, I have seen that one.
Okay.
That was a good one.
16 Candles. What else is there? Babysitter's Club. What's that other one with the babysitter?
Baby's Day Out?
Ferris Bueller's Day Out.
No. It's not about Baby's Day Out. It's like, I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it, and like this baby like gets away from his parents.
Oh!
And, like these two guys like are criminals. They start babysitting it.
Yes.
I vaguely remember watching that.
Yeah, that's a good movie. There's so many actually good 80s movies. I've seen a lot of Top Gun. That's like the best. You've seen Top Gun, right? No. We're watching it this week. Out of all movies, we're definitely watching it. Yeah. Okay, and then that same person asked, what mommy tricks do you have when shopping with your kids when they're being whiny and acting up?
Shopping trips with Jackson turns into him screaming, "You're not my mom, I hate you," and things like that. So usually I just yell back at him and say, "Cool, well you can live here," and it was nice knowing you. And then he all of a sudden just like stops and then just follows me around like pouting. He is like a really strong-willed friend though. He is. Yeah, nothing works with him.
I have been blessed with two amazing kids, I'll be honest. Like, I've never done the whole walk out of the store, my kids having a fit thing. My kids have never had a fit in the store. They don't ever, like, act up, actually, in public. So I don't really have a hack for that. Like, when they're younger and they'd get bored and they'd be complaining at least, I'd bring, like, toys and stuff and put them in the cart, like all moms do, or play on my phone or whatever. But I've never had my kids act up in the store.
Like, I did this full-on screaming, kicking, laying on the floor, screaming at me, like, "You're not my mom!" Like, throwing things off the shelves. Like, really bad. I was trying to spank him. Well, I couldn't. Like, he has always been so big and strong. Like, I would pick him up physically, and he would start screaming, kicking, and I would try to, like, spank him or something. But then you can't really do that in public either. Like, I know, but like, then he starts screaming, "You're not my mom!" And then everyone's looking at me, and I'm like,
I would drag him out of the store. I'd be like, "We're leaving," and
I have had to do that so many times.
I would pull him by his hands or his feet and be like, and I would just leave the cart and be like, "I'm sorry," and we would be leaving. Ow!
He's a tough one. That's why
he is.
Don't want any more children.
Yeah, yeah, he is a lot.
He's getting better though.
But he loves Hensley.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
he's like a really weird child. Like, sorry to go off on a tangent, but like he's like that, but then he's like super gym freak. He's totally jacked. Like, he has muscles on muscles.
He does. He does not look like he's sick.
He just goes and just does pull-ups and like push-ups all day long. But he also loves cooking. And he sucks with someone has a blankie. So he's really
well-rounded. Like, it never gets boring.
He loves art projects.
Yeah.
He loves drawing. He's just
my little unique child.
Mini Amanda. Okay, our last question is a serious question. We actually have a lot more questions, but I feel like time is kind of running out a little bit. So somebody asked who the most impactful person is in each of our lives and why.
You go first, because this was like, I haven't even thought about this at all yet. You didn't tell me this one?
Yes, I did.
I don't remember.
I did. I read them, all of them. Okay, they're all right here. The whole thing.
Oh, man.
I would have to say the most impactful person in my life. I mean, I love both of my parents equally, but I would say my dad. And why? Okay, so he's taught me a lot. My dad is a really strong person. He has owned his own business my entire life. He's always made it work. He has always provided for my mom and I. He provided a great life. Like, I never went without. And I, obviously had health problems, and he was always there. Like, he would miss work to be at the hospital. I was in children's, and he was there every day. Like, he is an amazing person. He can balance everything and still like look like it's not hard, and it has to be. I'm a mom now, and I know how hard it is. And so I'd say like my how hard I work at things. I've learned that from my dad. I don't ever want to like fail my kids or disappoint them. I don't balance things as well as him, but I want to, because he taught me that. I see the importance of family because of him, and always being there and not missing out. Like today, I was supposed to work all day. I took most of the day off because I'm a mom first. And but my dad, I can't even put into words how amazing he is. He has a huge heart. Him and I have not always been able to communicate well, mostly because I'm an emotional person, pretty emotional, and he's a man. And sometimes we aren't on the same page, but like I just love him, and he like has a spot in my heart. And him and I don't ever have talks like this, so I don't know, but yeah, I respect him a lot. He has a way with people, a way of dealing with things where I can't. Like, I cry and I shut down and I get emotional, and he is just so strong and can literally handle anything. He's that dad. And I'm not married. I'm not even close. But when I am, like, I want to aim to be like both of my parents, but I adore how my dad is as a man, as a husband, as a father, a grandpa. And I don't think we've ever had that conversation where he knows how much everything he's done for me and my mom and my kids, and just watching him in life and how he is with others and how much people respect him. Like, it's my person. He's my person. Yeah. Who's your person? Me? Just kidding.
Okay? You're gonna be crying.
Oh, I know. I'm trying not to cry. Like, it's hard to talk to my dad.
How was the question worded? Who has been the most
Impactful and why?
Have you told him that? Well, I guess he'll hear it now.
I don't think he's watching because they have friends over. They'll watch this later. So yeah, I guess so. I haven't. I got some news about my parents recently, and so there's going to definitely be some conversations we're going to have in a good way. They probably have brought out more of this in me. But I do need to have that conversation with him, because we don't talk about stuff like that. Like, I tell him I love him, and I write him cards and tell him what a good daddy is on Facebook and stuff, but I've never like sat down and like had a beer with him and told him like how much he actually does mean to me. So
yeah. I would say most impactful in my life. Honestly, I think one of my managers that I worked with before, I would have to say, is the most impactful. He definitely helped me grow up. Like, I started working for him probably about four years ago. And I, up until then, I had just been really a stay-at-home mom. Like, I really had never worked like a real serious job.
Yeah.
And he pushed me to the point of sometimes I'd cry at work, but in a good way. Like, because he saw like what I could be, and he never gave up on like pushing me to do that. And
through his mentorship and guidance, like, you know, he helped me a lot, and even though he's moved on to a, you know, different state, different store, like, a lot of the things he taught me still stick with me, and just like his friendship and mentorship really helped a lot, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great. That's great. Yeah. So does anybody have any more questions at all? And also,
smiling.
She was listening.
I was listening.
Listener.
Yeah, Kara was almost making me cry when she was talking about her dad, because I was like, oh.
Oh, thank you. I wish she was watching, kind of, because now I have to have that conversation all over again with him.
But I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
I thought you had other questions.
I do have other questions, but we're for just should we keep going?
So we'll get to the last couple. Just if you have any questions you want us to answer right now, definitely
ask them.
Excuse me. Yeah, type them out. Throw them in there. And also put in, like, because me and Kara tomorrow night,
we're doing karaoke.
Gonna go do karaoke.
You gotta start posting songs.
We're gonna go to the Clipper, because that's the best place for karaoke. I'm serious.
I am not a go out person.
Me neither.
Go out and I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna leave.
We're gonna like get this done, and
at like 8:30.
We're gonna embarrass ourselves. Yeah. So if you want to come out and even come with us, we're gonna go to the Clipper. We'll announce the time later, because I don't know if 8:30 works for me.
I'm kidding. I'm just saying that's how lame I am. I can't, because I'm gonna hang out with my mom. But when I'm done hanging out with my mom, then I've had a lot of wine after hanging out with her, so I'll be like crying.
We will be having a good time.
Yeah.
So we need you to help pick a song for us.
Yes. Like right now.
We are gonna go to the Clipper. We'll announce the time later. It's in downtown Olympia. If you don't know, we're gonna need someone that actually can take the video, because you know,
somebody that can video.
Yeah.
Because we can't just ask a random stranger if they won't do a good job.
They'll steal her phone.
Yeah. It's downtown Olympia.
And
somebody that knows how to do filters would be.
I don't need a filter.
Yeah, we do.
You don't need a filter.
Yes, we do. Yeah, when we're singing, we absolutely do.
And then next time we do an episode, I don't know when yet, but again, truth or dare. So
you can ask anything.
You can ask anything.
You have to answer it.
And if we don't want to answer it, we'll just have to take a drink.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have to spend the night here that night. That probably won't be a drive home night.
Bring your onesie.
Darryl, you can video. Okay, great. We got a videographer.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I can't wait. Why is nobody? You guys have to suggest songs, because we're gonna come up with our own song, and that's gonna be lame.
It's only good if someone else takes it.
Yeah, because then it feels like a dare.
Yeah. Come on. Okay. What? Okay. Fine. The last couple questions.
They're
no one wants to play. I guess.
No one's feeling.
So we'll just later.
We'll sing our love song. I don't know yet.
Oh,
we don't have one. But we can have it. Okay. Do people ever really get over being cheated on? Okay.
Well, I've never been cheated on that I know of. Who knows? You know, sometimes you could be and you don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's other ways to be cheated on, like even just emotionally or like in other forms, not like sexual cheating. And I think it's like a breach of trust, so I never really get over that. So I guess I would never get over being cheated on.
I don't know if they're asking, like, do you get over it while you're in a relationship and then move on, or do you get over it like 5 years from now? I don't know how they're asking, but I would say no. I think that you work through it to where like you've accepted that it happened and that person was not right for you and what they did was a shitty thing, and you know, you work through the emotions of betrayal and all of that. But like for me, I was cheated on Facebook. I get all started on Facebook, and
I can have other friends, Kara.
Like other people's pictures.
I can text them to the
meme, okay? But anyway, so like he and I were together for a long time, and then he like started doing the whole like all these questions you get asked, like paying really a lot of attention to this other girl, and she was to him too. And I asked him about it, and he was like, this seems weird, and he said it's just an old college friend, and she's gone through a hard time, and so you know this whole thing about it or whatever. And so all these little things kept coming up, but I was like, fine.
You ignored the red flags.
I ignored the red flags because his cover story was really bad. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was a lie too. So he not only cheated on Facebook, but then ended up, going to be with this girl. And so I would say, like, I'm over that because I know in my heart, like, he didn't love or respect me, and he wasn't right for me. But at the same point, like, moving on with like another relationship, it's in the back of my mind, like, everybody has access to these now, and you never know what they're doing or who they're talking to, and trust is so hard because I feel like it's earned. So in the beginning stages, it's like you kind of just have to blindly trust the person. And I think that for me, if I was with somebody for a year or two, maybe even 6 months, a year, 2 years, and they were completely faithful and I never had any question, that would almost be like a sense of healing for me. Like, even though you shouldn't go into a relationship while you're healed, we all bring baggage in, and I just think it takes being with somebody that wants to build that foundation of trust with you to kind of show you, like, that person was an asshole and you should totally be over that because he didn't deserve you, and then you kind of move on with a new mindset. And I think it just takes time, a lot of time, and trust, and so hard after going through something like that. I think emotionally cheating is almost worse for me because you're spending energy on that person, whereas like clearly I wouldn't forgive somebody for just going and like hooking up with somebody, but that was it. It wasn't like months of talking to this person and spending your energy on them, Yeah, that'd be hard to get over.
Daryl said, treat people how you want to be treated.
You are so smart.
That's the golden rule.
That is.
Actually, I learned something the other day too. I'm always learning.
We love to learn.
There's something called the platinum rule, and that's called treat other people how they want to be treated, because sometimes how you want to be treated isn't how someone else wants to be treated. So now it's even more difficult.
Okay, actually, it's true. That makes sense.
That makes more sense.
It does.
So treat other people how they want to be treated.
It does. Actually, that's so smart.
I know.
I've always said treat people who want to be treated. My mom told me that, but it's like new age. I really like that.
Yeah, the platinum rule.
Titanium rule. That sounds like really serious.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think there's like a few other questions, but it's like, I mean, how do you okay, this guy asked this question and he's watching,
Is
so
the last one?
I'm going to ask it. This is the last one, and I really don't know how to answer this. I think guys on here should answer
I'm so
it.
excited. I don't even know what it is.
Well, I told you. I
don't remember.
Ready? Okay. I am madly in love with my girlfriend. We've been together for 5 months, and I want her to know always that I only have eyes for her. But when I compliment her, she questions me and doesn't believe me. Pretty much just disregards what I have to say.
You asked us last.
But I want to. No, it's different. It's a little bit different. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to answer. I didn't really need to answer it, so it's just another. I feel like this is a common problem. So yeah. So anyway, he wants to know how to make sure that she knows that he only has eyes for her and isn't checking out other women. And he says he tells her all the time, and she doesn't believe him. How do you like prove that to a girl? One, you shouldn't have to prove it. Two, it sounds like she might be a little insecure.
Consistency. Like Sarah was just talking about, like maybe she was cheated on in the past in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
And so maybe she needs to build up that trust and security.
Mm-hmm.
And how you build trust and security is communication and consistency.
Mm-hmm. And it probably took like years to break her down to where she's at, and so she just needs somebody to build her up. So just if you keep saying the same thing,
you know, I mean, you're on the right path.
Pretty soon she's gonna believe it.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, there's nothing you can magically do to prove it. You just have to keep being you and keep saying those things, doing the things to show her.
Yeah.
And then sooner or later,
show and not just tell. I do both.
Both.
Like words and actions, both together.
Well, he does, Daryl. He does show and tell. He said he does everything in his power. Like in his heart, he feels like he's doing everything he can. So.
Thunder flowers.
Thunder flowers. Yeah.
And don't like your ex's pictures on Facebook.
Don't do that. Don't comment on mine.
That's what we learned from tonight. We should we should always have a recap.
What is the lesson?
The lesson today. Send your lover flowers.
Mm-hmm. Often.
Don't like your ex's pictures on Facebook. Amanda didn't watch 80s movies growing up.
Kara loves her dad.
Kara loves dad.
A lot. Okay. Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Tell her you lied.
Be consistent.
Be consistent.
I mean, there's a lot of good.
Be nice to your mother-in-law. Be nice to her.
Mother-in-law. She raised your son.
Your son?
Or her son. Not your son. No, she raised. No,
the man that you love.
Right, your husband. Not your son.
Yeah.
She raised your husband.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times your husband feels like your child. That's why.
I wouldn't know.
Let's just fix
There again,
it.
I don't know.
Let's just fix it.
Let's be
I
honest.
feel like a child.
She would know more than me. Okay, well, nobody's going to suggest a song, so we're just going to
I guess we're gonna have to pick our own song, unless y'all message
somebody
me
comes
or-
up with a song or
Yeah.
messages us. Are you like embarrassed to suggest one? Because right now, if it were me, I'd be like busting them out.
Yeah.
I'd be like this one, this one, this one, this one.
Karaoke song.
Yeah.
No, I don't play karaoke. I just like to sing in my car. I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to karaoke.
You asked me to do karaoke the other night, remember?
Yeah, because I haven't gone. I don't want to go. I don't want to go by myself because
Oh.
that's weird. Like just go by
That's not
myself.
weird. I would
Just
go.
go karaoke by yourself. You go karaoke by yourself?
Me? I don't ever go. No, absolutely not. I don't really go out.
Yeah.
All right, well, nobody suggested one. So,
Let's pick one unless you messages.
and then we'll be back probably like Wednesday or Thursday because we're not doing one on Christmas, I don't think.
We could do like a video blog of how Christmas goes at my parents' house. 'Cause she's
That's
gonna be
gonna be-
and that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, just
Basically
in the morning.
protecting me from my family.
Yeah. I'm going to be like the mediator, the buffer. I'm going to drink. Does your mom drink? Does your mom drink?
No,
Our family doesn't drink. We're the only ones that are drink. That's
Yeah.
right.
I just go and I drink.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, it'll be okay.
We'll do a video blog and post that.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Bye.